Hi Thrivers, welcome to Thriver TV, and today we're going to be looking at why narcissists discard you, why it hurts so much, and what you can do to truly recover from this. And I can hear you saying, how can this person say they love me and then throw me away like I don't exist? Why do I feel like my heart is broken and I can't even breathe and I'm not going to survive after being discarded? It truly is one of the cruelest things that you could ever go through. So if you are in the problem stages with a narcissistic relationship where it's really cracking apart, or you've been cruelly discarded and you are feeling like you're not going to get through this video is so for you. Okay, let's start off with our first talking point, which is how do you know a narcissist is getting ready to discard you, and what can you look out for so that you can prepare? The first one is that a narcissist goes missing in action. They're spending a lot of time away, they're detaching from you. That could be a sign that a narcissist has another source of supply that they're going to jump ship onto. That can definitely be one of the warning signs. Another one of the warning signs could be when you are laying boundaries and you're speaking up for yourself and you've had enough. And what the narcissist may do in that case is they could try and do the preemptive strike first. It's like, well, you're going to leave me. Well, I'm going to break off the relationship first. I'm going to leave you first because this is an ego protective mechanism for the narcissist. And another sign can be this is a really sad and a really horrible sign, but if you are broken and you've been emptied out and there's nothing more to take or gain from you, or you have a serious health issue, the narcissist will discard you. Because as far as the narcissist is concerned, it's all about them, and they don't have an inner self to grant to you. They don't have the emotional resources to make it about you. So if it becomes all about you because you need support, absolutely, well then the narcissistic rage is triggered. How dare you want my energy? I'm here to get your energy. I am going to have to leave you. And this could also be if you just have a major crisis in your life where you've lost your job, or you've lost somebody dear to you, or something terrible has happened in your life emotionally. A narcissist may just ditch and run, which of course is incredibly painful. But if this is happening in your life, it's really important for you to start preparing yourself and getting support systems and trying to get some connections outside of the narcissist so that the fall from grace with the narcissist is not going to be as painful as what it could be. And also too, it's important for you to start preparing yourself for the possible hoovers. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. We're going to cover that. But for now, it's just really important to know that no matter what comes out of the narcissist's mouth, you know, I would never leave you and all these things that they say, any one of those three things could be a warning sign that a narcissist is about to discard you. Another thing is that you may be having the cycles, and we all do with narcissistic relationships, where you have the blow up, you have the abuse cycle, and then what happens is one of you come back together and you get back together and everything seems like it's going to be fine, or you hope it's fine, tension builds, and then you have another blow up again. Well, one day the blow up could be so big and so ugly that it is the end of the relationship, because that's how narcissistic relationships generally go. Okay, so now let's have a look at what is likely to happen during the discard and after the discard. Well, definitely during the discard, you may be shocked to find out how cruel a narcissist can be, because when they have decided that they're going to discard you, this black and white individual has immediately decided that you are no good, that you need to be thrown in the trash, that you are bad, horrible, that the relationship was all of your fault, and they have to smear you, they have to discredit you, they have to make themselves out to be the wonderful person. So when this happens, you're going to be shocked, you're going to be horrified, you'll be accused of things that you couldn't even think of, let alone do. And not only have you got the horrible trauma of a breakup of a relationship and all of the fallout that happens with narcissistic breakups, you're also going to feel like, how could I have ever believed this person loves me? Or, you know, the heartbreak really is a person who's meant to love me can treat me so horrifically. So of course, you're going to be devastated. And this person, you will discover, doesn't care about you moving forward. They're not going to say, okay, well, we're split up now. What would you like? And how can I help you move on? And what's fair? It's not about that. It's really about, I'm going to punish you as much as I can, and I'm going to get as much stuff as I can, and I'm going to make your life as difficult as I can, because they've decided that they hate you. With a narcissist, it's either you're up on a pedestal or you're their worst enemy. There's not a great deal in between. So that's what you can expect. So during the discard is disgusting. After the discard, anything goes. And it can be very confusing and it can be intensely painful, because you may have things that you are trying to get your head around, such as being able to work, function, get a settlement, be able to rebuild your life. You're dealing with this incredible trauma bond that is beyond explainable, because you will literally feel like your life support has been cut off and you feel like you're going to die and you're losing your mind. And I've talked about peptide addiction in the past, and I'd really like you to go and have a look at my resource about that so you understand what you're going through, but also really make sure you come back to this video because it's very important what I'm going to share with you. And with this, there is just so much trauma in a discard. Discard is one of the most painful things that you could go through. And what can be likely to happen is the narcissist may replace you very, very quickly. Because as far as a narcissist is concerned, A, they want to punish you because all of the relationship problems in the end was your fault. And that's just what false selves do. They're very nasty. They're very vengeful. So they may throw another person in your face very, very quickly. And maybe this person they had on the sidelines waiting, and they were toggling between the two of you. You see, the thing is, when a narcissist is getting close to a discard, what they will do is set up other sources of narcissistic supply. That's very normal that there are other people in the picture. Now, what a narcissist may also do is hoover you. And what this means is, if you pull away and you get strong enough, and or you just have to be that way, you start pulling away and you're licking your wounds and you're trying to get on with your life and you're trying to work it out. And if you don't come back begging and pleading and all the things that we've all done, the narcissist may come back to hook you back up again. And it's not about love. It's not about care. It's about an ego injury. And the ego injury is, well, if you don't make contact and you don't beg and plead and you don't come back, well, oh my God, it must mean that I'm not significant and I'm going to have to go back and reel you in again not for love, not to take responsibility, not to create solution and healing in the relationship, but to get that ego feed. And then I can play with you again like a cat and a mouse. I can reel you in. I can give you false promises. I can hurt you some more, and then I can throw you away again. And that's an incredibly painful cycle to get into with a narcissist after a discard. It's horrible. And I know a lot of you have suffered that, as I've suffered that as well. So now also too, after the discard, you will find that you could suffer abuse by proxy. The narcissist may get authorities onto you. They may lie and smear you. People could turn against you. People could take the narcissist's side and come at you. You could have your children alienated from you. And generally what will happen is everything that the narcissist was doing is what they're going to accuse you of doing. It's not an easy time. It is such a painful time. This is why it's so painful. It's not like a normal relationship breakup with a decent person. And, you know, I shared a meme the other day, which was, you really know a person's wounds when you try to have a relationship with them. That's definitely true about the narcissist. And you also get to know their wounds when you're in a breakup with them. You're going to see the worst of the worst. Okay, so the next talking point. How can you use this discard to your best advantage? What is so important with this discard is, in that horrific trauma of this, is to be able to pull away, go and get some support. I totally recommend you to lean into this community, and especially if you are really ready to heal those deep wounds that are keeping you trauma bonded and hooked up in there and feeling like you're going to die when massive survival programs are triggered. You know, that's when it feels the worst. It feels worst at the end of a relationship, as opposed to when you discard it. It feels worse than when you're in it fighting for your soul. It really does. And I really want you to understand that. So in that time, my highest suggestion to you is to not be a sitting duck for a Hoover to come back in, to go through the horrific trauma of seeing another person in your face, to go through the massive persecution programs when you're being abused by proxy, when you're having to try to face legal situations to be able to get some of your life earnings and work out of the relationship to move on with. The most vitally important thing, and of course, to stop yourself crawling and going back to the narcissist, because it just feels so traumatizing. You don't think you're going to survive it. And that's the time when we go back and we try to fix things and turn crumbs into cookies and hand over more of our boundaries and our rights and our truths and our values to avoid going through that dark night of the soul. And that's really dangerous. That's what leads to incredible breakdowns that may be very hard to come back from narcissistic abuse. So the most important thing that you can do in this aftermath to be able to take advantage of the discard is to let go to the best of your ability, get space, put boundaries up where you are not in the fray of the conversations and the attacks or the hoovers or the madness, and really turn inwards to start healing yourself. Because you will take your power back, you'll take your sanity back, your soul back. And you're going to be able to navigate what's coming up, which is all of the things I've talked about. Narcissists don't just walk off into the sunset, give you a hug and say, okay, let's do the fair thing. I hope you're going to be okay. Call me to help you put up shelves in your new house. I'm here if you need me. Narcissists don't do that. You're going to go to hell and back. So what is important with that is that you've got the most emotional solidness and strength and support with really important coping tools, healing tools, and a community that can help you. So if you know that your relationship is cracking at the edges and any of those 3 things I talked about are there, we all know deep down, we just don't want to know that it's getting very close to the end, or you're getting close to walk. Because the thing is too, if you're getting close to let go and walk, the narcissist could do the whole flip around and go, well, I didn't want to be with you anyway. It was, as far as I was concerned, it was the end anyway, and I'm out of love with you, or whatever they're going to say. You know, they're going to want to claim the discard. You're going to feel discarded. That's how these endings go. So if you know or you suspect that's coming up, or that you have to leave, or if you are presently discarded and you're in the shocking trauma of this, then I know how much my Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program can help you. And the reason it can help you is because it can get that pain, that feeling like you're going to die, and those bonds to this shocking person, it can get them out of your being and reprogram you with strength, calm, personal power, and sanity to be able to get through this, and get through this quickly and powerfully. I can't recommend it enough. So, you know, if you want to check that out, there's a click to that link at the top right of this video. And also too, it's in the resources in the description below. And also too, there is a ton of my resources. Many of them are free, which you can connect to that will help you. And I really recommend to you my 16-day free program and or my webinar. But if you are if you've had enough and you are really ready to get your power and your relief back starting today at a deep cellular level, well then NARP is the fast track way to do that. It's my best resource, my A resource. So, all right. I really hope that this has helped and it's really armed you to let you know what could be coming up, what you can expect, and so that you can get really clear and smart about this. Because how you get through the end is going to have a lot to do with your rebuild going further. Okay, so as always, I look forward to your comments and your questions below and interacting with you there. And I want you to know with all of my heart, keep smiling, keep healing, keep thriving. There's nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.